What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark, MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and I am here to talk about Prom Dates. This is on Hulu. It's a Hulu exclusive. It has audio description, and I didn't catch who actually, I don't think they said it at the end of the thing. I'm guessing it's either Tansy Alexander or Adrian Barbeau. Those are my guesses. So click like and subscribe because I'm getting pretty good at guessing narrator voices, I guess. I don't know. It's one of the two. I'm leaning towards Tansy, but it's not always Tansy. Sometimes and usually when it's not Tansy, it's Adrian. So um yeah, it's one of those two ladies that did this film. So what is Prom Dates about? First of all, I'm going to be separating myself from the rest of the critics on this. I noticed that it doesn't have a lot of critic reviews because it's a streamer movie, but IMDb is like 5 point something right now. So yeah, it's I like this movie way more than IMDb did. I was sitting there thinking to myself, and well, I had this sort of like existential crisis thinking about the 25 years after I reviewed The Mummy, the 25th anniversary of The Mummy. I was thinking of all the great movies that came out that year that were like, oh man, it's like the 25th anniversary of all of these movies. That was a great summer. It was like the 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace, Spy Who Shagged Me, American Pie, Deep Blue Sea, Lake Placid, The Haunting of Hill, the Haunting of Hill House, or whatever the other one was. Um, yeah, just a lot of movies are celebrating their 25th anniversary this year, and American Pie. I was thinking 25 years of American Pie, and look where we are now. We can't make movies like that anymore because they star dudes, and but we can make them if they star women. You know, it's funny how we can tell almost the exact same jokes as long as the women are in the lead roles. Prom Dates is as raunchy as any of these teen movies would have been back in the day. It does not hold back at all. It's not trying to hold back. There's a stripper, there's bodily fluids. Um it's absolutely, and it's hilarious. It's got stupid jokes in it too, like the kind of jokes where you just like where you groan, but it's kind of funny still. It reminded me of the kind of things that we've struggled so hard to make. People are like, what happened to comedy? Because I guess they can't figure out how to make comedy in for this generation with all these rules about it seems like everybody's offended by everything or something. I don't know. Guess what? They're not. This is a movie right here. Prom Day. It's bam. This is it's right here. It stars girls, and it's almost perfect. It's got a couple things, a couple tiny little problems, but that I didn't like about it. But otherwise, damn, I really love this movie. It's about two best friends, Hannah and Jess, that we see when they're 13, and they make a pact to have the perfect prom. And then we cut forward to when that is, and it's about to be prom, and Jess kind of has a little bit of a douchey boyfriend, pretty obviously douchey boyfriend, and Hannah is struggling with her sexuality and has an overly clingy boyfriend who has the most extreme promposal ever, and is making her feel even more anxious about her being in the closet and not being able to say who she really is. So she kind of like runs out on him. Anyway, the two of them are left. They kind of like leave their prom dates and they go on an exploration to find new prom dates. in time for prom. They've got like a day to find new prom dates. They end up at a college, kind of going through, and there's just so many random characters they meet along the way that are really funny. One of them runs into this like Asian dude who she can't understand anything he's saying, but he's talking about like um, uh, basically eating her. And there's just um, there's another a jock that she starts to like, and but he's had way too many concussions, and seems to be very cute, but has way too many concussions to be able to functionally survive. Um, and meanwhile, Hannah's struggling with how do I. She finally comes out to Jess, and then she's like, I don't even know how to be a lesbian at this point. I don't even like, how do I hit on girls? So she struggles with that, and trying to find somebody to go with her in that regard. And it's just a fun journey. It reminds me of so many of the great teen movies that we had before anybody started, before anybody like threw down the gauntlet, and then everybody was like, whoa, how, I don't know, how do we do comedy now? Uh, if guys can't be the lead, if guys can't make these jokes, what do we do? And luckily somebody figured out that girls can make them. Finally, like girls can make just as raunchy of jokes as anybody else. And these two young actresses really do break through in this role. Really, the whole cast is perfectly cast and hilarious across the board. Um, a lot of people just have really just like little brief moments. There's a really funny, absurd moment with this dog that has been taught to use a machine to speak, and it's hilarious. And what's funny is it's when its owner leaves the room, it types in "kill me now," and of course the reaction is, as a movie critic, I'm like, that's a dumb joke, right? And the immediate reaction from one of our characters is, why is that even an option? Like, why? And, like, I love that they address it in the film. It's like, why are you even able to type that? Like, why are those words? Why is kill on there? Like, what is it? you know? Um, so yeah, it's like they knew the joke was stretching it. So they had one of the characters actually say something about it and mention it. Um, it's just a really funny movie. If you like and have missed over the top, dumb, uh, raunchy teen comedies and wondered where they went, I think the last one that I saw that really went for it was Blockers. I've seen some decent ones in there, but they've kind of pulled their punches a little bit. The last one that I saw, and those starred adults. Blockers stars adults for the most part. That's how they were able to tell that story, is that it's got two sort of parallel stories with the parents and then their kids at the same time. So part of the fun of that movie is watching John Cena do literally anything the director asks him to do. Um, this is all kids. For some reason, Hulu has John Michael Higgins as the lead. I'm gonna tell you, he's in this for like 3 seconds. He's in it a little bit more than that. He's in it for more like 30 seconds. I think he appears twice as the principal. He gives like two quick speeches as the principal of the high school and then like leaves. He's very much not the lead of this film, and it's asinine to put him up there. But um, I guess he's the most recognizable person in the cast, so he gets to be the lead, even though he has very minimal screen time. Um, So yeah, check out Prom Dates. Audio description wise, I thought it was pretty good. We do get some s- really good character descriptions, uh, couple of hints at race. I wish there were a few more, although it's tough because really we have two main characters, and then we have like a couple of supporting, and then we have a whole bunch of people who are really like sort of like encounters, like brief encounters that aren't around for very much. The movie moves pretty quickly. It's very dialogue heavy, very joke heavy. It's got this rhythmic pace to it where it just doesn't really let up. And I think that works pretty well. I'm not sure every character got the description, but I think some characters did, and I think there was an effort made to, so I really like that. Most of it is just about the raunchiness of the film, and making sure all of the jokes land, and I think that's what really helped. Uh, Having the audio description there was to describe, because there's a lot of over the top humor in this. Some of it didn't work for me. That's sort of where I come in with this. Even though I think this is my favorite thing I've seen this year because I enjoyed it as much as I did and laughed. Um, I had no expectation for this film at all. Uh, but when I have a character who I just saw like three scenes ago and has not brushed their teeth or taken a shower, and is like making out with somebody, but like just three scenes ago was like vomiting up blood slash vomit. I and like now they're normal, and I'm like, that's gross. First of all, like, how would the other person not know? And why doesn't she stop giving that person? I'm thinking like, I'm like, but it's not supposed to be. It's like supposed to be this moment where like these two characters finally connect, and I'm thinking, I remember what she was just doing like 15 minutes ago. um, so that's the lesson in life. You never know where somebody's mouth has been. So if you want, before you make out with anybody, please make sure they brush their teeth, because they might have just been projectile vomiting. Um, yeah. So uh, a couple little things like that where I was just like, did we forget? Because we're trying to. It's how they're trying to sell it. They're not trying to sell that as a growth scene. They're trying to sell that scene as a different kind of scene, and I don't have that short of an attention span. So um I was able to remember the fact. I was like, first of all, she should have vomit on her. But yeah, it's I did not forget. Anyway, uh just some little things like that, continuity issues where I'm like, no, just a few minutes ago we were just doing this. Anyway, so it this is the kind of thing though where I'm passionate enough about it, and I enjoy it enough. I want to see it again. I wouldn't be surprised if this was in my top 25 for the year. I don't know where Comedy's going to be this year, but just on sheer me remembering this at the end of the year, this wouldn't surprise me at all. It would surprise me if it was in my top 10. I'll give you that. It wouldn't surprise me if I put this in my top 25, because I think I'm going to have a favorable opinion of this the entire year. Um, so yeah, check out Prom Dates. If you've been missing out on something, and you feel like this genre hasn't worked for you in a while, I say Prom Dates takes a big swing, and really goes for it. So anyway, I'm gonna give Prom Dates an A-. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys on the other side.